Hello everybody, Lawrence Fleming here. Well, looking around the world, we still keep seeing things deteriorate. There hasn't been one great big giant thing happen yet that we can all say, aha, that's it. They've got to wake up to what's going on. We're seeing birth pains, just little bitty things just adding up. Now, I'm not saying that the death of Queen Elizabeth is a little itty-bitty thing, but for the world, it may seem like it. I mean, how many of you have had dealings with the Queen of England? I haven't. Now, maybe we have and just haven't been aware of it. Maybe some business deal has gone through because it was approved, and we don't know. But with her out of the picture, we don't have Prince Charles anymore, we have King Charles. And I don't know if you remember when he gave his big speech. I forget what world organization it was, but it was WHO or the UN or whatever it was. But he gives a speech and he's rambling on and he goes, I don't understand. He's got enough money. I'm quoting him. He's got enough money. Why doesn't he just take over? And then he stopped. Maybe he caught himself. Wasn't supposed to talk about that. And he never answered anybody's questions regarding it. There's more going on than the average person has a clue. The new big blue round thing order, it's working out the details. They must feel they're not quite ready yet. Maybe they're just going to wait and see how they can pull off this so-called election coming up. I've got a critter up here. What is this? It's bigger than a squirrel. What are those? There's a movie out about two Ricky Tikki Tavi or something about those. What are they, mongooses or? Well, that's what it was. Something like that. Some long, thin, slender thing that kind of hobbles along like those. Like that cartoon. I like seeing the wildlife. I wish we could get to the point where this is all over and we can be on our new Earth, where we can even talk to the animals. I don't imagine they're going to get up, stand around, and talk to us. You know, go up to the nearest horse and say, "Hey, why the long face?" You know, I don't know if we're going to be able to do that. But we talk to dogs and cats, and cats actually learn more words than dogs do. They just don't care to carry on a conversation with us. But we can, we can get dogs to do a few things, a few tricks, and follow us and everything. Don't know what that... He ran back to the river, so it might have been like a river otter, I don't know. I am looking at this gigantic field. When I was watching this morning, the guy, when I first got in, the guy was mowing this. And he quit. And I I can see where he's mowed, but he's got so much more to do yet. It's going to take him 2 days to mow this, at least. All right, so if the rapture is this year, and I'm giving you an F on that because we don't know. I follow Brenda Weltner, and I've been following her a long time, and I've seen her progress, her growth. She's come a long way. Like early believers, like early Christians, and early, we're babies when we first get started, and we get so excited, we go running off half-cocked. And I think that's what she did early on. But as she's grown so much with her study, that I think that she's pretty much right on. So her basic statement is now, and if you download her timeline, her little book that she's got like 3 years in a row of what could possibly, be the dates. And the dates are all lining up with, calendar dates that we can use working our way back. If we use the fig tree timeline and we work our way back in order of events, we can see that it's got to be something around the fall. Festivals have to be the time for the rapture. But there's some other things that have to happen. We have the Revelation 12 sign. The woman gives birth. Satan comes down here with a third of his angels. But the woman giving birth, the woman in travail, as a sign, throughout history has been a sign of war. So there may be a war happening in Israel about the same time frame. Not sure which one's going to trigger first, but certainly within a few days of each other, there will be a war in Israel and a rapture. And she says the order of events. Now, I haven't had the time to look into it as much as she had because I'm doing this little ministry that's just warning you that things are coming. She's actually digging into the details of Revelation. And that's a pretty arduous task because she's fighting years of existing misconceptions and problems. For years, Revelation was taught linear, and it's not a linear thing. I've tried to show you that in a few examples. It's overlay. So we don't need 7 years to complete everything. And frankly, it doesn't say that the tribulation time frame is 7 years. It says the 70th day, or 70th week, is, I keep trying to do that. I don't know why I do that. The 70th week of Daniel is 7 years. When did it start? When does it start? Is there a key date that we can look at? Nope. Nothing. The only thing we can pin down for certain is the defiling of the temple. So we have to have a temple. Get out of here, beat. That was a big old bumblebee. I'm not really afraid of them. It surprised me to come around to see what I was doing. I am coming up on the end of this little road I've been walking on. This has been a nice little evening hike. At the very end, there's a boat dock. But today, Israel just gave a warning to the president of Assyria. Is that Assad? I'm terrible with names. If I'm gonna do a hike, I gotta be careful. I'll try to correct. I see another one of those critters running further away, too far away. Both of them are too far away for me to get on the camera and for you to see. I'm hoping to see some deer here in the morning, maybe even this evening. If I walk a little further, I'm not going to do it tonight because it's late and I'm tired from moving. But if I walk a little bit further, I can look across the river and see the park that I came from. I could come in here, put a boat on the water and go to the hiking areas, camping areas for Chattahoochee Bend. That's a 6.5 mile backpacking trip. See, I don't want to go down there. Let's see. So you can put your boat in there. And your boat can be anything from, fishing boat to kayaks, whatever you want to take in the river here. It seems a little calmer here. If you remember the video, what I shot from the campsite, this seems to be calming down. I mean, I have a steady sound masking in my tent, so I ought to be able to sleep well. The bugs at night, bzzz, all night long. I wear earplugs just so I can sleep. I don't think there's going to be as many here. There's a lot of advantages to being in this type of park, as long as I can get by without direct electricity. There's water about 100 yards away. Portable toilets that are about 50 yards away. That's still a long way if you're in trouble. If I eat right, I should be okay. And they do have, on the park here, property, they've got 2 buildings that are restrooms with showers. So I'll be able to get a shower tomorrow. I'm seeing more squirrels here, and those new critters, whatever they are. They got to be river otters or something. But there's supposed to be an awful lot of deer here, and I haven't seen any signs yet. Somebody gave up on something or lost it, I don't know what. A lot of fishing going on here for those that fish. Okay, so we're just a couple of weeks away from Feast of Trumpets, which is really the day of shouting. I do want to take the rest of this hike, but I don't want to do it now. You got to remember, if you're hiking in a straight line, you've got to go back the way you came, so you got to have double the distance. Now I can still see the other end of this river drive. I can't see my tent because I have a line of trees all the way from here to there, but I can see the water supply, I can see the portable toilets. So I can see basically where I'm at. Okay, one last thing. The preppers that I'm talking to online are basically saying, start, if you haven't already, making your connections to people that were in like situations as you, that you can maybe work with. You may have to barter with some of these people. Now the government's not going to like that. When they shut down the money system, which is coming up probably later this year, and they shut it down and they go to digital currency, that's so they can control you. They're not going to like it that you're bartering. So you're going to have to come up with your list early on and stay off of social media. Don't go any place where they can find what you're doing, and don't tell people about it. Make sure that the people you're talking with are close by. You can trade services. Even if you're a jack of all trades, maybe you can't fix heating and air systems, modern ones. Maybe you can fix old boilers, but you can't fix the new ones. If you know somebody who works on them, get with them and share numbers. Keep it off of social media. Do this paperwork. Use your yellow pad. If you ever get raided, make sure that you don't have that where they can find it. We're going to have to turn into a secret society, because the harlot is going to be wanting full control and full compliance. And she's just the tip of the iceberg. The Antichrist is going to take that to the nth degree, because that will be Satan. It's quite possible that when Satan gets cast to earth, he's going to do it with full grandeur. The people are looking for somebody to save them from the harlot, because they can see what the harlot's doing. They're going to feel the pressure of the harlot. They're already feeling it in Europe. Energy prices going drastically high. Companies shutting down because they can't afford to open their business. They can't afford electricity. This isn't designed to save the earth. It's designed to dominate the earth. This is no different than if we had alien invaders come in and plant themselves on the earth and start taking away all of our abilities to do things. And in essence, we have an alien trying to run this earth. Satan. This isn't his home. He lives in heaven. He doesn't like the earth. We have earth dwellers down here that he doesn't like. And he keeps going up to heaven to tell God about what all the things we're doing. But Jesus is up there and he's our advocate, so we're okay. I had someone mention that maybe the times when Satan does come to earth, Jesus could follow him. If he's up there as the only one to do our advocate work with God, if Satan's not up there, he's not telling on us. That might free Jesus up to do whatever he wants, to go wherever he wants. I mean, he's not going to be evident to the world, but he could. Once all this stuff starts, and it's going to either start this month, early next month, or if we're off by a year, same time next year. And on the far side, the year after that. This is the ideal time to start. If we're wrong on our premise, then next year would be the backup. The third year is only there just because it's a possibility, but it doesn't seem logical the way we're heading. The way we're heading right now, it's got to be this year. I don't think Israel can stay out of a war for a whole year. I don't think businesses around the world can stay intact for another year. Not the way the prices are going. I've got somebody else back in our campsite that's been looking to find an apartment. He's only here for a couple of days. He was here for 2 weeks before while he was looking. He's got something lined up. Pretty expensive, got something lined up. But anybody who's paying way too much now for this is going to find that they're going to be overextended quickly with what's coming. The people that have a chance are those that got established long before all this started happening. But if you got $1 million in the bank, they crash the dollar, you have $0 in the bank. Part of what I'm suggesting coming up over the next few weeks, I would keep a little bit of cash on hand. Keep it hidden, don't display it. Just in case the banks find themselves shut down for some reason. It's getting scary for the world, but that's good for us. But it also means that we've got to get the word to these people so they know what to expect. They're not going to listen, they're going to laugh. You're going to tell them the world's ending, they're going to say, yeah, Chicken Little, give me some proof. They've got their blinders on, they don't see what's happening. But they will remember you telling them that, and telling them that the only solution is Jesus. Get that word out. Let them laugh in your face. Walk away. Let it roll off your back. But tell them the world's coming to an end and Jesus is the only answer. And then just leave it. If they ask for more information, give it to them. They may get to a point where they see the light. That's great. But if they don't, you've planted the seed because it's going to get bad. The cell signal here is not much better than it was across the river. But I can drive for 5 minutes into town and there's it's called a Dollar General, but the sign says DG store, DG Market or whatever. Just the initials DG, Dollar General, I guess. But this one here was compared to the other ones that I've seen around, a luxury market. They had produce, they had a meat section. I could have gotten bananas and steaks and hamburger and all kinds of stuff. I have to decide if I want to eat that, but I got me a salad, pre-made salad, I like those. I got me a bottle of orange juice. I've been craving orange juice with my breakfast. I've got some. I didn't get bacon. I just had bacon a couple of days ago. It doesn't settle with me very well, so I can do it once in a while. And I didn't realize I was going to have all the amenities there, so I hard-boiled all my eggs. They're still in my cooler, and I can have those for breakfast. Just don't have to fry them up this way. But I have to wait like everybody else on Social Security to get paid on the 14th. Leave it to the government to do something stupid. You get paid on the second Wednesday of the month. What day that's going to be every month, it varies. It depends on what the first Tuesday is. And that jumps around. So this time it's the 14th, next month it's the 12th. The earliest that it could be would be the 8th if the first Wednesday was on the 1st. But it could go out to the middle of the month. Leave it to the government to leave people hanging. But my point on the Social Security is, I'm expecting them to screw it up, to shut it down, to go, we're trying to switch it over to digital, and we don't know what happened to everybody's money. It's all gone. We're trying to figure it out. You know, they're not looking out for us. Okay, I can see my tent. I'm going to walk over here to the river, see if there's anything more to see. And then I'm going to probably wrap this up. If you can't remember verses, have a verse card. You've seen my, and it's a long way down there. I can't get down. Not from here. I can get down to the river up ahead. They say no swimming in the river because the current through here is pretty fast. You can even hear it. But have a card in your wallet that has the key verses that you need. And share them with people. Give them out. You can give them tracts too. And sometimes people will put a business card size tract, if you will, in their wallet where they won't take a full-size tract. Have both so you're ready. Okay, I just hit my memory limit on this, so I'm probably going to end it here. If you want encouragement, read Revelation 22, a summary of the end. And we get some good things out of Revelation. We should read it more. Everybody can read the letters to the churches because those are pretty much straight line reading. We get Revelation 3:20. Behold, I stand at the door and knock. And anyone hears my voice and invites me in, I will come in and eat with him and he with me. That's out of Revelation. Okay, I'm back to my tent. I'm going to go inside. It looks like I've got a little bit of afternoon sun. Late afternoon sun. You can see the shadow on the ground of the trees. That's got to be about 5 or 6 o'clock. Okay. Can't have the sun directly behind me. You can't see me. I can't look into the sun because I can't see. Let me get behind a tree. Just one little spot there. That's the spot I can leave my solar panel tomorrow. That may be the only sun I get. But I've been using my little battery for the afternoon for my phone. I've got a small fan. Tomorrow I'm going to bring in my laptop in and see if I can plug it in and how long it will charge it, and then see how far I go down. I can take the whole unit out and put it out there in the park and I'll get plenty of sun. And it charges up in about 2 hours in full sun. You just got to keep moving it so that it's pointing directly at it. I'll survive even if everything collapses. Will you? I hope you will. We're going to get raptured, but it's going to be very close timing. All right. Till we meet in the clouds. God bless.